Okay, so we started, of course, our day with Gayatri Mantra and followed by Madhuri Dixit's Ek Do Teen. And it makes me think that, you know, I don't know if you all have noticed that there are certain numbers that keep popping up in our lives or even our day. There are some that we're naturally drawn to. There are some numbers that we see and we're naturally drawn to them. Like I think I'm always drawn to the number 7 for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it kind of attracts me. I'd love to hear if you all have certain numbers that you've noticed that attract you. Just type in the chat section, and we'll take a look at these later to see what that means. Yeah, and I'd like to also ask. I'm sure everyone here has met healers, met people who dabble in numerology. They've met people who can tell you sometimes really startling things about you from merely like the month and the date of your birth, not knowing anything else about you. Yeah, not having met you before, but they'll tell you something very deep, very intimate that probably you've never even admitted to yourself. You know, well, we've got a person in the house today who's absolutely incredible. Not only can he do all this, but he can teach you how to do it for yourself and for others. He can show you how to see numbers in a way that you can predict the future for yourself, for others. You can find out, things like how much you're going to make, how your relationships are going to go. You can make the right choices in life, and you can help your family and your kids and your clients with these techniques. Sushant has one of the most comprehensive numerology programs I've ever come across. And I think it's one of the best in the country right now. We're going to sample this today live on this call. Sushant, such a pleasure to have you here today to share with us this wealth of experience and knowledge you have on numerology. And I know you've taught dozens of people already how to use numerology in a life changing way. But first, I'm completely new to all this, so I'm going to ask you like very, very basic question. Can everyone guess what I'm going to ask him? What does everyone else want to know about numerology? Tell me in the chat section. What's the first thing you guys want to know? Okay, I've got loads and loads of numbers. Does it really work? Oh, Manoj, you're gonna see how it really works.
Vinita,
How mere numbers can change. Nandini is saying how mere numbers can change things in life. That's true. That's true. We're going to see that as well. Well, first, Sushant, tell us how numbers have changed your life. What has numerology shown to you, and what does it really mean?
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ruchira. A very happy morning to all of you on the call. And yeah, with the numbers, my journey started around 7 years back. Ruchira, your favorite number.
Hmm.
So, and the very first thing I did was changing my name. Just like each and every numerologist, each and
Yeah.
every celebrity numerologist suggest that
Yeah.
changing your name is the only one thing, and you have to go to all the government offices. You have to go and change your records. You have to get it updated in your PAN. You have to update it in your passport,
Hmm.
Aadhaar, blah blah blah. That's what I did, and I wasted good 4.5 months in all that.
Hmm.
And results were, I would say, decent, like around 30%, like 20-30% good, 20% ish. Later on, I went into more deep into this science. So this was through consultation with some other celebrity numerologist.
Hmm.
And later on, I learned it, I went into the depth of this, as I was always interested in the occult sciences, alternative therapies. So I went into deep, I went into more and more and deep, and I came up with which name could be better for me. And I
Hmm.
started using it, not on my documents, just wherever I could, not necessarily again going and rushing to the government offices. And it did show around, I would say, 40% plus things started changing in my life.
Hmm.
I was struggling in my job. I was in employment in a real estate company which used to pay me salaries 5 months delayed.
Oh gosh.
Just after changing the number, within 20 days, I got a new job. We used to get salary on 21st of every month. Like you get
Hmm.
next month's salary some 37 days before.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
Apart
very
from that, getting a very decent hike and plus an increment of 40% in the existing company. So within one
wow.
and a half year, my income went up by 250%.
That's fantastic.
So that was very first result of in terms of money.
Hmm.
Second result of I used to struggle a lot at work. So there used to be a lot of disturbances. Something or other thing will happen. Either
Hmm.
there could be games. I would end up wasting my time on unnecessary things. Things will just not move if there are deadlines.
Hmm.
Either it's the PC which goes to and gives me some tasks, or
Hmm.
it will be my team which will give me some tasks. Something or other will happen.
Hmm.
Just after changing the number, there was synchronicity. That was one of the most important thing, that there was synchronicity in my life. My office hours were constant, like 8, 9 hours. I used to leave office,
Hmm.
and I became more productive. I used to do almost twice the thing in lesser time.
Hmm.
So this happened not only by changing my name, but during that span of 1.5 year, I ended up applying almost more than 6+ type of remedies through numerology.
Hmm.
I requested my office to keep my desk at a particular place where I would be facing a particular direction. I made which color clothes I should wear. I made those changes.
Hmm.
I changed my mobile number,
Oh, okay.
and my name I initially changed only in my emails or on my social media profiles so that people can call me by that name, and later on I went on to change it into the document so that
Hmm.
there is no confusion.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we not necessarily need to change our name in the government documents. So this is a one of the thing which people fear the most about numerology. That I'll go to a numerologist, he will suggest me a name change, and then 6 month के लिए मैं लग गया काम पे. Like I am on a task
Yeah.
to change everything and keep record of the old and new things and blah blah blah. So
Hmm.
no, it's not like that. You can even continue with the new name even if it is not necessarily changed in the documents. So these have been the few changes in my life, that there have been synchronicity, there was growth in the income, and due to both of these things, of course, the health sector also improved a lot. There was significant, I would say, increase in the intensity of peace of mind, general peace of mind. Generally you will see certain people who are very at peace all the time. They're very calm, cool, collected. And you will see certain person due to constant struggles, due
Hmm.
to again and again trying but not getting result, they end up becoming, you know, bit finicky. So that all went.
Hmm.
So these were the immediate changes within the first, I would say, 1 year which I got.
That's incredible. Um, Usually one hears, in fact, Sushant, you said something interesting.
Yeah,
Usually one
Pritika,
hears,
sorry to interrupt. Can Sushant be a little louder, please?
Okay.
yeah.
Sushant's voice is a little low. Can we check?
Okay, let
Can
me.
everyone hear? Sorry, I missed.
It's good.
Can
Is it
everyone?
good now?
Sushant, can we hear a little more?
Yeah, I can hear you all.
Is,
Can everyone else hear Sushant? We'll just okay. Let us sing. It's better. Yeah, it's better now.
It's better? Fantastic.
I could actually hear you clearly. I'm not sure why it was unclear.
thanks.
First. Thanks. Sorry, I'm going to keep a track. I was listening to Sushant so intently that I didn't see the chat messages from everyone. Zenobia, is it better now?
Yeah, I think many people are saying it's very clear. On earphone, it's better, Zenobia is saying. So, yeah, right now I'm not speaking, Vinita.
Okay. So, in fact, I was just going to ask you, Sushant. Usually, everyone talks about when they think about numerology, they they'll think about only a name change. But I know that you teach a variety of remedies and a variety of ways to use numerology. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So name change being one of the most sought after thing of numerology.
Hmm.
Apart from name change comes, there is a combination of certain graphotherapy exercises. So graphotherapy is through writing on the piece of paper with the help of pen. That's it. You can
Okay.
bring changes in your life. So there are certain graphotherapy exercises when you combine it with numerology,
Hmm.
it can have a very good impact of filling up the missing numbers in your date of birth or even in your life.
Okay.
So that is one of the master stroke that I have discovered, and which I teach to the people who learn from me.
Hmm.
One of the most important aspect. Apart from that, there are mantras that one can chant. As I repeated, there are direction for everything. Now, it would be, many people will be intrigued to know that there are different directions to do different things. In office, you should be sitting in a different direction. If you are dating someone, you should be sitting in a different direction. If you are sitting for any spiritual practice, like you are doing a healing, you are doing any mantra jap, you are doing any sadhana, there has to be a different direction. So there is favorable direction for all these things.
So when you say, I'm just going to explain for all our listeners who have joined in from other countries. That's basically when you're doing anything spiritual, is it? So if you're
Correct.
chanting certain
Is
lines.
chanting, you are doing any healing, you are doing any meditation,
Hmm.
um, you are doing any kind of religious or spiritual practice.
Okay.
So there's direction for that.
Okay. And how
And
common
this
this?
again depends on your birth number.
Okay.
Plus, there are certain concepts in numerology. So there's one thing is your birth number, that is psychic number. I hope all of you might be knowing a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Second is there's Loshu grade, this thing called Loshu grade, or in our Indian Vedic numerology, we call it as Pandariya Yantra, because you make it total from any corner, it comes total comes to 50.
Okay.
So that's why in Hindi we call it as Pandariya Yantra.
I'm again getting
Okay, you
message.
can't hear me.
Yeah.
Wait, I will put on my earphones.
Is it with more people who can't hear us? Is it clear for everyone else? Rumi says it's actually clear for her. Yeah, it's okay. It's clear for others. Sushant,
It's good now?
it
Clear.
might be some sort of a connection issue with
Okay.
Monica. Okay. Okay, great. All right. It's clear for everyone.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so go on, Sushant.
Yeah, so I said when I will just go in the flow. Very first was the name change, later comes the graphotherapy exercise, third comes the uplifting your
What is
date of
proper
birth.
therapy exercise, Sushant?
A graphotherapy exercise is basically there would be certain exercises where I'll be telling people to draw certain boxes for particular number of time for a particular number of days. This again depends on an individual's date of birth
Hmm.
and them writing certain number in certain color. Again, there is a lot of science applied into this. There's a lot of research applied into this.
Sorry to interrupt you.
So,
Sushant. I think it's better when you don't use the headphones.
okay,
Better, could you say something
Good
like,
now?
yeah, much better. Yeah, much better.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
So in graphotherapy, that is you writing certain numbers in a certain particular sequence on a piece of paper,
Hmm.
that can also bring changes in your life. It can in fact fill up the missing numbers in your life. For example, if you would have heard, many numerologists say that if number 5 is missing in your date of birth,
Hmm.
like in your date, month, and year of birth, if you
Hmm.
don't have number 5,
Hmm.
if the balancing aspect is missing in your life.
Ah, okay.
So from where to bring the balancing aspect?
Balancing aspect.
Yeah,
What does it mean by that you're missing a balancing aspect?
the balancing aspect is number 5 is said to be. So if we say number 1 to 9, 5 comes in the center.
Okay.
Plus, 5 is the number of joy, happiness, and intellect.
Okay.
So, anyone having number 5 in their date of birth,
Hmm.
the quality of number 5 is that the person will have a very beautiful balance in all areas of their life. Whether they are in relationship,
Hmm.
whether they are happy, whether they are sad,
Hmm.
they won't go out of control. Basically, number 5 helps them to stay in control.
Okay.
Even if they go into depression, they come up very fast.
Okay.
They
And so
resume very fast, and yeah, they don't stay very long into depression, stress. Even in general, how the life happens to them is that life also doesn't give them one kind of problem consistently for a longer period of time.
okay.
So that's what is called as balancing aspect of number 5. And whenever you are missing number 5, so you can uplift, you can increase the qualities of number 5 in your date of birth with the graphotherapy exercises.
How is that? Like, what do you do?
I suggest them the exercise. Again, this depends on their date of birth.
Okay. Okay.
Date and sometimes even the name is taken into consideration.
Hmm.
And basis on their date of birth and name,
Hmm.
which number they should start first with is decided.
Ah.
So it can be 5 for few people, it can be number 3 for someone, it can be number 1 for someone.
Hmm.
And
Um.
generally, for an individual, it goes on to minimum 3 to 6 months,
Hmm.
and they can just spend 7 to 10 minutes daily. It doesn't cost you anything, it just costs you one book and a pen. That's it.
That's incredible. So you're supposed to write that number a certain number of
Yes.
times, and okay. And how do you determine how many times that they write it? That's all based on their date of birth.
Yes, it's all based on their date of birth.
Okay. Okay.
Apart from date of birth, if we need to make it more tailor-made,
Hmm.
what are the immediate changes that the individual is wishing to see in their life?
Okay. Okay.
So that can also be highlighted or given preference to.
Okay. Okay. Sushant, tell us. I know you have like an amazing, amazing course in numerology with like 48 elements, and you have a vast amount of knowledge as well in terms of all these elements. Just take us through the different levels and what one gets to know at each level, and how does that help us?
Yeah, so number level, first level is basically all these things that you cover generally most of the numerology course, but there are certain things which are more unique and which will simplify the process. So generally anyone who has learned numerology, they would say, oh, I need to remember number 1 to 9. And for
Hmm.
every number, there is at least 2 to 3 pages description. And
Okay.
again, I don't know how to correlate. If somebody is having number 1 as a psychic and 8 as a destiny,
Hmm.
how do I know whether number 1 will be more dominant or number 8 will be more dominant?
Okay.
Again,
Does everyone know what a psychic number and a destiny number is? I'm just going to ask in the group. We're going to test out a little bit about how deep everyone is into numerology. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of no's, Sushant. So take us through a little bit on the basics. What is a destiny number? What is a psychic number? What does it tell
so
us?
psychic number is just the total of your date of birth. For example,
Hmm.
a person born on 1st July 2020.
Okay.
So 01, that is 1st July, that is their only date of birth. When
Hmm.
they total it, it becomes their psychic number. If
Okay.
the person would have been born today, that is 19th July, then I will add 1 plus 9.
Hmm.
The total comes to 10. Again, I reduce it to single number.
Okay.
So again, it comes to number 1, 1 plus 0. That
Okay.
is your psychic number.
Okay.
And it has almost 70% influence on your life. It never loses your influence. And it will be the most predominant factor in your life for deciding every aspect and area of your life, ranging from relationship, job, spirituality, anything,
So
even your house number, mobile number.
can we test this out a little bit, Sushant? Can we check with somebody and see how this plays out for them?
Sorry.
Can we check how this plays out? Can we check with somebody and see what their psychic number is and what it tells us about them?
Okay, we
Yeah.
can.
We take someone from the group. Um, I'm just going to pick someone randomly. Okay, there's a whole, everyone's sharing their birth dates right now. You're going to get birthday messages from Mystic Lotus for sure. um, okay, we've got Vinita. Vinita has a number 5.
What
Her
is the total date of birth?
5/11/1993.
5. Okay, so she's core number 505. Correct? Even
Yep.
in 5, it can be number 14, it can be number 23. But she's core number 5.
Okay.
So number 5 is ruled by Mercury.
Okay.
And the quality of Mercury is that Mercury never stays at one place. So I would say the motto of these number 5 people for their life is variety is the spice of life.
Okay.
They like variety in everything. They want variety in food. They want variety in where they go on for vacation. They want variety in just everything. They cannot. It's slightly difficult for them as compared to normal people
Hmm.
to stick to one thing at a time. Plus, another thing is number 5 people generally are very lucky for others. So, whichever person they marry, whichever person they are friends with, whichever group they join in, whichever organization they join in, they prove to be lucky for others.
Okay. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Vinita, did you hear that? You're extremely lucky for everyone around you.
And they don't take anything on heart generally. So, as compared to someone who is number 8 or sometimes who is number 1, who take few things slightly more seriously. Number
Hmm.
5 are someone who are forgive and forget.
Okay.
They might be at times they might be very upfront and straightforward with you, but they are very quick to forgive also.
Okay. Vinita's saying thank you so much. Vinita, is this all? Does this resonate with you? Does this sound very familiar to you? She says, so true.
Thank you. I think Vinita had posted before. I had read that she says that numerology is something you predict about future, where maybe good things don't come true. Correct, Vinita?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I did read that about
Yeah.
comment as well.
So there are, yes, Vinita says maybe. So there are techniques. Basically, in numerology, there are various methods of prediction. You can do prediction with Loshu grid. You can do this prediction part in numerology itself, basis on the transits of the planet. And there is more advanced method of prediction, which is called as Dasha system of prediction. In India, we call it as Dasha system, which is used in astrology.
Okay.
You might have heard about Mahadasha, Antardasha of planets and all that.
Hmm.
Yoga, like planets who are yoga, and your planets who are karak, that is planets which are favorable and planets which are unfavorable. Or in other words, the exalted and debilitated planets. So once you know that, once you combine the knowledge of astrology, you can predict it with more better precision.
Hmm. Oh, okay. How long does it take to do this, Sushant? To
See,
map
once
this
you understand, basically in my course, I will explain everything. So explanation for me, it will take around maybe 4 to 5 hours and couple of practice session. And there is one simple chart you get, just half page chart, finish.
out? Okay.
Refer to that chart, you see the quality of the person, and you are able to arrive at a very dynamic reading for each and every individual.
Okay.
So someone having same date of birth 5, I
Hmm.
can give a different reading for them.
Okay.
Like 2 people having same psychic number.
Hmm.
Or in fact, I will go more beyond that. In numerology, many numerologists consult psychic and destiny combination. So somebody having psychic,
Hmm.
a total of only their date of birth. The destiny number is I total their entire date of birth. That is date, month, and year.
Hmm.
So somebody has having date of birth as 19 July 2020. So the destiny number will be calculated as first we take the total of 19, which comes to 1. Then we take 7, and 2020 comes to 4. So 174. So then it becomes 8 and 4, that is 12, that is 3.
That is right.
So we'll call this person as psychic 1 and destiny 3 person.
Okay.
And basis on their psychic destiny combination, the reading of same psychic number is slightly gets into more detailed manner.
Oh, okay.
But in my system, we can predict more accurate and precise reading for person who is having same psychic destiny number. We
So
can have five people having same psychic destiny, but basis on date, which day and which month they are born, we can come up with more dynamic reading for them.
okay. What all can you get to know about your life through this system? What are the various things that you can find out? What are the various things that it helps you in terms of guidance, choices that you make?
So very first thing numerologists do is once you apply numerology in your life, the very first aspect in life that comes is synchronicity.
Okay.
There is the onward path of your life when you are aligned with the right number is more of creation and less resistance. But if you are with unfavorable numbers, there is a lot of resistance in your life. You are trying for something, you are trying for something, you are trying for a job, business, career, in love life, trying to find out a suitable life partner,
Hmm.
earning money, buying home, something or other will happen that it will maybe delay the plans or
Hmm.
there will be a lot of resistance. So this resistance will go from your life after application of numerology.
Okay.
Second thing is you can decide the best time of doing things. So once you do right thing on the right time, it gives a much fantastic result. Like I would give an example, the morning 4 a.m. In India we call it as Brahma Muhurt.
Hmm.
That time is said to be the best time to do all kind of spiritual practices.
Okay.
How about someone sitting with a glass of wine, putting the loud music and dancing at 4 a.m.?
Hmm.
How much it will benefit them because they are not doing the correct thing at the correct time.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what numerology can help you with, like which time is good for you for which activity.
Hmm.
That you can decide. You can come up with the important aspects, important areas of your life of the
Hmm.
time. And with my system, you can not only predict with year or month, you can go all the way till hour and even minutes also. So
Okay.
you can know in which hour of the day, during which minutes I should be doing certain activity, which will benefit me.
Okay. Sushant, it sounds I have a great resistance to maths. I don't know about everyone else, but it sounds like there's a lot of calculation to be done. Is that
Yes,
is that an easy? Is there a surefire like way to do that calculation so that I don't have to struggle with it every time, or is it that there is scope for a lot of errors? Like I would think that, my God, I don't want to tell someone to do something at a certain time and it turns out to be like I've miscalculated it. How does one deal with that?
so of course there are calculation involved, but these are very simple calculation. I
Okay.
would say the steps of calculation are more, but
Huh.
every step is simple in itself.
And every step is predetermined in the sense you have to add, these are the numbers that you're adding.
Correct.
It's not like that varies. So I'm always going to add, let's say, the day, the month, the year, or I'm always going to add this this digit with this digit. So those are predetermined, is it?
Correct. Those are predetermined. And apart from that, people signing up for this course get a ready-made calculated sheet in Excel where you just have to put numbers and within minutes or seconds it gives you the result.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's really, yeah, that makes life
So
a
you don't
lot.
have to struggle with that. You don't have to sit up with a calculator and pen and doing all the calculation. You
Okay.
just go, you put it into the Excel sheet and it gives you the result. It can give you entire 1 year's prediction just within 2 minutes.
Okay. Wow. That is quite incredible. um, I'm going to take some questions as well from our listeners. A couple of people have asked, could you clarify the destiny number once more?
Yes. So many numerologists use a slightly different word for these two numbers.
Okay.
I will explain both psychic destiny, and many numerologists use it as driver number and conductor number.
Ah, okay.
So psychic, the root of word psychic is psych. Psych means your soul or your mind,
Hmm.
and your mind governs your entire life. So that's psychic number.
Okay.
Destiny means what are the results that you will get. What
Okay.
is your karmic path in your life, in the journey of this life?
Hmm.
That's what your destiny number talks about.
Okay.
Taking it in a slightly different way, if we use the term driver and conductor,
Hmm.
if you see a bus is going and there's a driver of the bus,
Hmm.
that's psychic number. Psychic or driver will define where the bus will go, where there can be an accident, whether there can be a tire puncture,
Hmm.
or whether they can take a precaution of there is a less fuel and this is the time to fuel it up.
Okay. Okay.
So all this decision lies with psychic number. Destiny number, the term is given as conductor number,
Hmm.
which also means the person who takes money from people and ensures that whoever is there,
Hmm.
they have done certain benefit to them, like the bus, the conductor, and they
Hmm.
are there. So which
Give me an
means
example of
the
this, Sushant.
people, yes, the people in your life,
Hmm.
how you can ensure that you benefit from them, that there is a progress in every friendship, every relationship, every job
Hmm.
that you choose, every endeavor that you get into, whether it's healing, whether it's business, whether it's a side business, even
Hmm.
your social media pages, even your creatives.
Hmm.
I would like to add one more thing here that you can decide about the color of your logo, creatives, website, everything with the help of this course. So you would know, and I will help you with the study which
Hmm.
has been done in top, I would say topmost 25 to 50 companies of India. I can do for top Fortune 500 companies,
Hmm.
but people will get confused that what the hell is this? It will take 6 hours. So I have done my own study and I can demonstrate you that the topmost successful companies apply this principle in their logos, in their
There we go.
flyers,
Hmm.
everywhere.
Okay.
Apart from this now, destiny number, coming back to our topic. So destiny ensures, as the name says, destiny or conductor. So see, conductor himself cannot make a choice. How much money will come, it depends on the how much passengers are in the bus.
Hmm.
And how much passengers in the bus, it depends on wherever the driver stops the bus for passengers to board in.
Yeah. True. That's true. Yeah.
So once your psychic and destiny are aligned,
Hmm.
you can benefit, you can have better profit, you
Hmm.
can have the entertainment in the bus of your life. You can play a nice Hollywood movie or Bollywood movie, sit there and have nice food at every destination that you get.
Hmm.
So these are, I would say, very in brief, the roles of psychic and destiny numbers or driver and conductor numbers.
Can we do a little demo, Sushant, with the psychic and destiny number together?
Sure.
Yeah. Can we take on someone? I know everyone's curious about a bunch of things, so I'm going to answer some. There are a whole bunch of questions as well about the course, but I'm going to take someone on. Okay, let me. Okay, there's a there's a lot of people who are putting up their hands for these. Let's take on Hetvi. Hetvi,
We-
can you unmute yourself and share with us what's your date of birth?
Hi, hi,
Hi,
Hi,
Hetvi.
Mithvi.
hi. My date of birth is 6th and my total is 5. 6th October 96.
Okay.
6th October 1986, correct?
96.
Okay, 1996.
1996.
Fantastic. So your destiny is 5 and psychic is
5,
6.
yeah. 6 and 5.
So I would say you are a very fortunate and lucky person, very first thing. So congratulate yourself and just take a big jump wherever you are sitting.
Yay.
Number 6 is called as universal friendly number. So
Okay.
in numerology, there is one thumb rule that when nothing works, you bring the total to number 6. So sometimes I get people whose name number, I say, okay, would you like to add this letter, this, that? They will say, no, this is not working, this is not working. I don't like this name, I don't like that name. Then we bring it to 6. So 6 is called as universal friendly number. 6 is also a number of creativity, arts, enjoyment, all the finer things in life. Number 6 is governed
Yeah,
by
I'm an
planet.
architect.
Fantastic. So number 6 gives you artistic abilities, and a number 5 gives you intellect. So being architect, it requires a lot of intellect to come up with your own ideas, design and do all that
Yeah.
very structured and organized work.
Okay.
That's what brings you to the career of architecture. And so basically, being number 6 and 5, I will say both are friendly with each other. And generally in numerology, both numbers are seen, most qualities are identical. So I would say you are someone who is very easy to predict. Like your friends, family, relatives, they know you very well. They know your nature. You are not someone who is very hard to decipher. So they know which things make you happy, which things make you sad, when you are happy, when you are sad, how to make you happy, how to keep you happy, everything. Anything that you want to know more? Career you have already chosen, so I would not
Yeah.
details into that. But yeah, overall it's fantastic. And 5 is also one of the, as I said, already repeated, balancing number. So you do have a very beautiful balance in your life in everything. Even after becoming an architect, there might be a good balance in your personal and professional life. This will come more often after the age of 35. So what happens? Your psychic number has major influence in your life till the age of 30 to 35. And after 35, your destiny number starts giving almost 30 to 40% results. So you will start seeing the qualities of number 5 after the age of 30, 35 on a much larger extent.
Okay. I got number 5 are lazy. Is it true?
Not necessarily, they are not lazy. So basically in numerology, there's a role for each number. Number 1 is said to as a king, number 2 is said as queen, number 3 is said as minister of, I would say, knowledge or education, minister of education. If I'm in the king's cabinet, number 4 is a worker, number 5 is prince or princess, number 6 is minister of welfare, number 7 is minister of spirituality, number 8 is again a servant, but slightly unfortunate side. And number 9 is the warrior, the Senapati, what we call it in Hindi, the army commander. So here, if we see number 5, they are not lazy, but they have this, entitlement thing. You know how prince are? Prince, not necessarily he works hard. King has to go do the battles. He has to win. He has to take care of his praja and all the people. He has to do all the meetings. He has to design the financial policies. He has to approve a lot of things for the nation. Whereas a prince, he will say, my dad is king. Finish. So that's what many times happens with number 5. But so number 5, they generally don't push too much effort into anything. I wouldn't say this means they are lazy. No. But they don't put too much effort into anything. And they expect things to happen. And when this becomes their core programming, their core predominant subconscious programming, law of attraction works with them to give them whatever they expect in life. That's why they get things very easily in their life. Got it? So it's not laziness, but they get it easily. That's it. So they don't have to put too much effort to get things.
Yeah, that's very true.
Thank you.
Hetvi, is that true for you?
Yeah. Even my mom is listening. I think she's going to tell me after this. Ki.
Sushant, a couple of people were unable to hear your explanation of the numbers that you explained in terms of
Okay.
what symbolizes what. Could you
Yeah.
just take
So
us?
these are, I would say, these are simple roles. Like if I look at a king's cabinet,
Hmm.
A king is sitting on a throne. It is mukut and everything on his head, and there is a cabinet sitting.
Ah,
So in the cabinet, number 1 is called as king.
okay.
So that's why number 1 is always called as initiator. They
Okay.
are the people who love starting new things. If
Hmm.
that's someone number 1, they will learn a lot of new things. They will do a lot of new businesses. You go to number 1 person with your idea of your startup, he's more likely to invest
Hmm.
because he loves starting up with more things and then giving it up, delegating the things to his janta, delegating the things to the people like, okay, now you take care of it. I
Hmm.
have started, I have provided all the support. Number 2 is queen, and that is why number 1 is said to be as fatherly number because it is ruled by sun. And in astrology, sun denotes your soul as well as father as well. Moon is governed by number 2 is governed by moon, which is queen, and it is said as motherly. Plus, it is very emotional number. Number 2 is also a very weak number. You know, number 2 people, they will have generally a lot of health issues. So that is number 2. And number 2 is said as queen. Number 3 is a minister of education. So number 3 is governed by Jupiter. And can I have like people, you know, what are the qualities of Jupiter? Type yes in the chat box. What are the qualities of Jupiter? No. So Jupiter, correct. Jupiter, we call it in Hindi as Guru. So Guru means teacher. So Jupiter number is very knowledgeable number. They have a lot of knowledge. They know how to present this knowledge in a very beautiful way. These are the positive aspect. But sometimes the negative aspect are, being a teacher, they know that I know everything. So they are less likely to, agree to your idea. Again, this depends on psychic destiny and which numbers are repeated in a person's date of birth. Going to the next, which is number 4, which is ruled by Rahu. So Rahu is said as a head. If you know about Rahu and Ketu, so there's a story goes that when there was a Samudra Manthan, when there was a churning of a sea, and there came a elixir, the Amrit. There's a story in Shastra when this Amrit came. So there was a pact between Devatas and Danavas, that is the gods and demons, that they will have Amrit, the Devatas will have it first. If something is left, it will be given to the Asuras or demons. Now in that, one demon, he changed himself, his body, physical body, and he went and sat into the lines of gods. And he had a few drops of Amrit, elixir.
Mm-hmm.
When the Devatas, that is gods, came to know about it, they cut his hand. And it became, the Rahu becomes head and Ketu becomes the body.
So Rahu is Saturn and Ketu is?
No, Saturn is number 8.
Oh, okay.
Rahu, Ketu in itself, basically they are not planets. In astrology, they are the nodes.
Ah, okay.
2 nodes. And that is why Rahu and Ketu don't have physical existence. And even people with number 4 or 7, so they number 4 and 7 don't represent any body part as particular, whereas other numbers represent. These numbers in general, they represent sickness.
Ah, okay.
So that's why Rahu is only head. So how about a person who is having only head, that is this much part working,
Hmm.
and rest of the part paralyzed?
Hmm.
That is why, because the rest of the body is paralyzed,
Hmm.
that is why it is said, that is why the role of servant is given to number 4, because they have to work a lot. They have to work very hard to get results in their life.
Okay.
And this hard-working nature makes them very organized, very systematic person. So if you want to give any work to, where a lot of systematic efforts are required, like auditing or accounting. So number 4 people will be very best at it, even programming,
So that's really
software engineering.
interesting, Sushant, that actually numbers that otherwise seem disadvantaged, there are actually opportunities that they have.
Yes,
They're,
in every
they're
number.
actually good at something as well that they can work and build on.
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Every number has positive as well as negative aspect. Even if I have said few good things about number 5, There are negatives also, but comparatively, in general, number 5, 6 people's lives are much happier.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Hetvi, you're sitting like this. You don't need to worry. So,
No,
going
I'm
back,
actually laughing at 4 because my dad is a 4 and he's a CA and he is very
great.
nice and perfect. So that's
He must be very organized person, very
yeah,
systematic,
very he's ekdam.
and very hardworking.
Yeah,
So,
true.
yes. And another quality of number 4 is they are non-materialistic. So they don't like accumulation of wealth in the hand of a particular person or few people.
Hmm.
So if you ask a number 4, which internet connection I should buy, they will say never go for Geo. Mukesh Ambani is making a monopoly. You rather go for the local one. Let us have some competition in the market.
Hmm.
Whereas if you ask number 1, they are like, see, I have to pay you money. Ask me how much money, you take care of lot of things.
Hmm.
So they will say, let's go for Geo. It has better coverage, blah, 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 whatever. So that is number 4. Going next is number 5, that is Mercury, which is given the role of prince or princess. So Hetvi, you are princess. There's a guy is prince. Qualities I have said, they have entitlement. Number 6 is given a role of minister of, I would say, so 6 is governed by Venus. Venus means Shukra. So Venus is the planet responsible for, love, romance, creativity, all the finer things in life. Number 7 is said as minister of spirituality. So 7 number people are very psychic. They are also very spiritual. They have good intuition power. Their intuition is really great and fantastic. They have fantastic intuitive power. Going next is number 8, which is servant. So I will say there is small calculation. Number 2 is moon, and it is said to be the weaker number. Number 4 is when you multiply 2 times, it becomes 4. So 4 is twice of number 2, more towards the negative side. And number 8 is again multiplied by number 4 2 times. And that is why 8 is also called as, many people call it as most unfortunate number, but I would beg to differ from it. I would say the opportunity or the growth that number 8 people see rarely seen by other people. The very best example is our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Anyone who loves Modi, you would feel happy. Anyone who hates him, you will see what the hell is this. So his date of birth totals to 17. And when number 8 comes into power, no matter how much enemies you have, no matter how much opposition you have, it will always give you success. But one of the quality for number 8 is that they have to be hardworking. If I connect this with Sade Sati, how many of you know Sade Sati? People who are from abroad, like out of India. So there is a period of 7.5 years in your life, which can be derived from astrology. So Sade Sati means 7.5. Sat means 7 and Sade means half. So in astrology, this period is said to be the most unfortunate period in an individual's life. But I would say anyone who becomes lazy during that Sade Sati is gone. Anyone who works hard, Sade Sati gives them best results in their life. And you would be amazed to know that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi became PM in his Sade Sati. Sachin Tendulkar got his first break during his Sade Sati. Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan got their greatest breaks in life during their Sade Sati. So Sade Sati is great, but it will make you work a lot. It will make you toil. So you just have to give up sleep. You just have to give up comfort and just decide that this is the time for me to build money, to build career, to use the best use of my time. When you go with this intention, Sade Sati or any period where your Saturn is not, I would say, not favorable or debilitated in the language of astrology, it will still give you better results. Of course, there will be certain negatives in other areas of life, like sector can be compromised, but there are remedies for that, and we can neutralize it up to certain extent with that. Okay, so that was number 8. And the reason why people call number 8 is most unfortunate is because it is twice of number 4.
Ah.
And another quality I would say about number 8 is that whether number 8 people, they will be blamed for something in their life. Once, sometimes in them. So they would have these qualities in their life that they are being blamed for something which they have or they may not have done. And this will go on. This will stretch for years. Like 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 years, they will be fed up. Like, what the hell is this? Other people are doing 100 wrong things. It is not even highlighted. I do one wrong thing. It is highlighted for 10 years. So my advice to any number 8 who is here on the call, there's a saying in Hindi, "Hathi chale bazar, kutte bhoke hazar," which means let the world say whatever it says. You just focus on your work. When you go with this, you will see that there is no impact in your life. Other people's negative opinion is only psychological factor. Once you ignore that and you focus on your work, you will see best of the success in your life. Going next, number 9, which is the warrior, Senapati, chief commander of the army. And that is why number 9 is said to be the most dangerous number. Anyone who is having psychic number 9, like 0, 9, 18, 27, you should avoid again and again bringing number 9 in your life. If any one of you would have already consulted some numerologist, many people go that your total should always come to psychic. But there are certain exceptions to that. And one of them is number 9. You should not increase number 9 multiple times because it is the number of Mars. And Mars 9 is seen by action. Actions means quick. It will give quick result. It will do quick things. These people will do things quick. They are very generous and humanitarian people, basically, number 9. So if you are driving in a car, there's someone who's hitting someone on road, and number 9 will stop his car, go and give him one slap, ensure that there is a peace in that corner. The number 4 will not necessarily step out of car. He will just see, he will say, oh, the poor guy or the poor girl, whatever, and they will move on. Or maybe they will stop. And number 9 is said as number of endings. So everything begins with 1 and everything ends with 9. So number 9 is said to be the number of completion.
Oh, that's interesting. In fact, I'll take an example here, Sushant. We have someone here whose daughter's birth date is 18/9/1999. Asma's
Fantastic.
daughter. That's good. That number just like leaped out to me in the chat, and I
A
had
lot of 9s
a lot of
in
9.
our date of birth, plus our psychic is coming to 9. What is the destiny coming to?
So it's 1 plus 8 plus 9
Okay, 18. So it is 9 plus 9 and
9.
1999. Okay.
Yeah.
So 9, 9 and 1. So it is coming to the destiny is coming to 1.
Yeah.
So I would say it's more of a warrior till the first 35 years and later on taking the more of a qualities of kingly nature. So 1 and 9 is the best combination in numerology, by the way. So you don't have to worry. She might be short-tempered, blah, 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 all that. But don't worry about that. She will reach great heights in her life. Mukesh Ambani, the richest man in India, has 1 and 9 combination. His psychic is 1 and his destiny is 9. So when you have 1 and 9 combination, you initiate things and you learn how to stop them also. You rarely need support of other numbers. You are independent and you can do a lot of things on your own.
That's interesting. That's incredible. We're going to run out of time soon. Sushant,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to take us through all the major things that you cover in the course, because I know there are 3 levels and there are 48 aspects, and I know a whole bunch of people have asked, do you cover this, do you cover
If
that?
I would, yes, if I would describe this 48 aspect even further details, then it may become more than 16, but I would cover in brief. So the numerology workshops, most in-depth professional numerology workshop that you would ever see. This has 3 levels. the level 1, where we cover what is numerology, role of numbers in your life, what role numbers play in your life, in which all areas of life numbers play role, how you can use those. Third is your psychic and driver number, we just covered. So number 1 to 9. Plus there are master numbers, which is 11, 22. So we will be covering in depth about all these numbers. What I have just shared is 2 to 3 lines, but there are almost 1 to 2 page description. That much description is, even I would say that much is also very less for each and every number.
Hmm.
And then we will go to the compatibility of numbers with each others and the relevant remedies. So remedies in terms of mantras, which are the yantras that individual can use, that they can just draw it on a piece of paper or on a copper. They can keep it in their wallet, they can keep it at home, they can keep it on their desk, or they can just keep it carried with them. They just draw it on the paper, they laminate it and carry it with them.
So
This is,
yantra so is like a pattern that
sorry,
a yantra is a pattern that you draw, right?
correct. A yantra is a pattern, but here the yantras are slightly different. These are numerical yantras.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So here, instead of pattern, numbers are drawn. Numbers are given more bigger importance.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to the destiny number and destiny remedies related to destiny number. These are generally in terms of favorable crystals and what things to look for, more towards the choice of career, which things to avoid, which things to focus on, and which things a person needs to make a mental acceptance so that they don't face a lot of resistance in life.
Okay.
We also cover a concept called Kuwa number and the remedies related to that. So Kuwa is K-U-A, Kuwa number. It is the concept from Chinese numerology. And basically Kuwa number can open a whole new aspect of remedies for an individual, right from all the direction of your house. So we have 10 direction, we have 4 direction, we have 4 corners, we have top and we have floor, roof and floor. These are the 10 direction. What are the remedies with the help of Kuwa number that you can do in these 10 direction? This can be as simple as buying some wooden item and keeping it in a particular corner. Buying certain image of sun or elephant or any god and keeping it in a particular direction of your house. These are such simple remedies.
Okay.
Plus, with Kuwa number, you can know which direction to sit for study, for different various purposes. So this becomes the remedy part 3. Then comes yogas in numerology, or what we also call is as arrows. So many people call it as arrows. And there are certain yogas which don't have arrows, but they are just yogas. So certain combination of numbers in an individual's date of birth, which can highlight certain qualities that they have or certain shortcomings that they have. For example, someone missing 1, 5, and 9 in their entire date of birth, that is called the arrow of determination. They will lack determination in their life.
Okay.
So anyone who is right now on call is like this, I would suggest them to have a lot of number 1s as a friend in their life, lot of number 1 and number 5s. So that if you keep them as a best friend or life partner, or if any family member is there, you seek their advice or you share your life with them, and whatever you get from them, the push that you get, the advice that you get, the comfort that you get after talking to them, this will drive you in your life. It will ensure that the lacking determination part is fulfilled with the presence of these numbers. So this we cover, and through numerology also you can decide Raj Yogas. You know, you might have heard till date that in astrology you can decide Raj Yoga.
What is
In
that?
numerology also there's a technique. If there are certain numbers present in an individual's date of birth, it is called as Raj Yoga. That is, means individual will end up doing great things, phenomenal things in their life. So this is covered in the numeroscope. And how to prepare a numeroscope? Like just like we have horoscope in astrology, we have a numeroscope. Then there is psychic destiny number relationship, much in-depth characteristics of number 1 to 9. We also have 100 keywords for this number 1 to 9, so that you have 100 words whenever it comes in terms of business, in terms of emotion, in terms of material, in terms of relationship, anything in terms of quality. So you can just look up to these keywords and you can interconnect. Okay, this is connected to this now. So these keywords we have taken in our course. And then this is the syllabus for level 1, which is completely exhaustive in itself, inclusive of 3 remedy parts and covering all the basics of numerology in much more in detail, in much more unique way, much more simplified way. Then we go to level 2. So level 2, we cover the Loshu grid, which is the concept of, many people say it is a concept of Chinese numerology, but it is there in our Vedic numerology also, called as Pandariya Yantra. So we cover the Loshu grid. Loshu grid in itself has a lot of remedies, so it becomes remedy part 5. Then we cover what is the impact of repetitive numbers in the date of birth. So just like we shared, someone had date of birth as 18/9/1996 or something. So there was repetitive number 9, and a lot of numbers were missing. There was no number 2, there was no number 3, there was no number 4, there was no number 5. So what can be the impact of missing number in the date of birth? What can be the impact when the number is repeated multiple times? And then we will also cover the remedy part, that how can I fill up the missing numbers in my life? For example, somebody who is missing the line of determination 159 in their date of birth, and they don't have any friends whose date of birth totals to 1 or 5. Then what remedy they can do to ensure that it is self-sufficient remedy that they can fill up these missing numbers in their life?
Okay.
This is where the graphotherapy exercise comes. This is where the numerology exercise comes. Then we cover role of destiny number and master destiny number slightly in more detail. We go to what impact the month of birth of an individual can have. Then we come to the prediction part in the level 2, that is future trend. So in future trend in numerology, there's a concept called pinnacle number, which can predict your future in the phases of. So we divide the 4 phases of life of an individual as per pinnacle. Each pinnacle have anywhere between 7, 9 to 12 years of period. Generally, it is 9 years.
Okay.
So then first pinnacle till what age it is. Then on second age, what is the second pinnacle? What is the third pinnacle? Which is the fourth? And what are the readings for all these 4 pinnacles? We cover all that. Then we go to the personal year trend, like coming up with the reading of a personal year, coming up with the reading of a personal month, like how this month will be for you. Then we come to how this day will be for you, and we can go to how this hour and minute can be for an individual.
Wow.
Wow. So we can go to hour and minutes also.
That is really interesting.
Yeah. And then we cover Astro Numerology. So this is where there's a combination of Astro and Numerology. This is on an individual's date of birth. We can come up with 108 types of Astro Numerology. So there are 12 zodiac signs and there are 1 to 9 psychic numbers. When you calculate this, this becomes 108. 12 into 9 becomes 108. So what is the reading when a person who is born as number 1 psychic is born on any of the 12 zodiac signs? This ready-made detailed reading you get of 108 astro numbers.
Okay.
So that you can go with more dynamic reading about the person's personality. Astro number is used more specifically to find out the diseases, as well as to suggest them remedies which they have to do more on acceptance level. Like which things in life they need to follow. Then we next go to the finding, then there are certain, I would say, fun numerology part, like finding the year of wedding of a person, or could there be a late marriage or no marriage for a person. Now, what are the chances of having love marriage or arranged marriage? Can there be issues in marriage? Sorry?
You can even tell that.
Yes, we can.
Okay, it's really interesting.
Yes. And then we also cover in level 2 wealth yoga indicators for the year. So for example, you have a particular income in a year. For example, individual who is earning 10 lakh per month. Now with the calculation of wealth yoga indicator, I can tell him whether in this year you will earn 10 lakh, you will earn 30-40% more, or you will earn 30-40% less.
Wow.
You can know this in advance for each year so that you can plan your finances, you can plan your major assets planning in your life. You can plan your home, car, education, everything you can plan in advance. So
Hmm.
that in the given times you are not faced with emergencies.
Hmm.
You can be prepared all the time. Then again, another part of fun numerology is tracking down lost items. And the next part from that is thought reading. Like an individual is sitting and you just ask them any particular number.
Hmm.
Basis on whatever number they say, you can know that what they are thinking in their mind. So you can know that as well with the
That's
help of thought reading.
that's
So
incredible.
this becomes level 2. And then comes the level 3, that is the professional numerology level. After this level, you can practice as a professional numerologist just like me. Whatever I have got, whatever I practice, whatever I teach, whatever I consult with clients, you can do all of this with full confidence. So that is level 3. In level 3, we are covering basics of astrology plus qualities of all the 12 zodiac signs. What are the governing roles of zodiac signs? So when we say role, uh, many of you might be knowing there was a Kshatriya, Brahmin, and all this caste system in India.
Hmm.
So in caste system, Shudra doesn't mean an untouchable. Shudra means someone who does a lot of physical work.
Hmm.
Kshatriya means someone who will do work more related to government, protection, or all these things. Brahmin means someone who will do work related to knowledge or education. And a
Hmm.
Vaishya means one who will do more of a trading. So what are these qualities of each and every zodiac sign? There are positive as well as negative quality of each zodiac sign. There are elements assigned to each zodiac sign. There are colors and shapes. So
Hmm.
by knowing this, we can come to a very dynamic reading for each and every individual.
Okay.
Just by knowing these details, you can differentiate between two people having same psychic and destiny number.
Hmm. We
In fact,
have,
many
in fact,
they will have same numbers present in their date of birth,
hmm.
but still reading will be different. So that is the start of the level 3. We also cover the name spelling, role of name spelling in an individual's life. People get 52 ready-made reading for number 1 to 52.
Hmm.
What is the reading for each number? How does it mean? And apart from that, you also get a ready-made made chart of rating of number. So there is a rating. There are certain numbers. No matter to whomever you give, they will always give best result. Ultimately,
Ah,
there
okay.
is best, there is second best, there is indifferent, and there is worst.
Hmm.
So you will get this ready-made chart. So if you are in a hurry or you need to consult, you can just refer to the chart to simplify things. So I have tried everything to simplify things a lot for each and every one of you. So you get this with ready-made chart. You also know how to correct the name spelling for individual, company, everything. We cover entire that part. How to use correct name spelling without changing it in official documents. I give you tricks for that also.
Okay.
Then we also cover soul urge, or it is also known as heart desire or ambition number. So this number shows what are your hidden desires of your soul. What
Hmm.
is your inner calling? What are the things that you love doing, that you are confident in doing, that you trust in doing, that you want to do, that
Hmm.
you want to enroll into? So this is all seen from soul desire number. Then we cover how to detect profession according to date of birth. We go much more detail into that. We see how to uplift the date of birth. We also see plane of expression. So plane of expression means basically not only from date of birth, but from the letters of your name, we can decide which is the governing planet. Also, there is
Hmm.
mental plane, physical plane, emotional plane, and spiritual plane. So an individual, he lives more on which plane, that can be deciphered and decided. We also take up the compatibility of numerous scope of two or more people. So whenever you want to match, okay, how these two people will be. If
Hmm.
some come up with you that we are 11 business partners, you tell me how it will be between us.
Okay.
You can do that for them. You can do that for a couple who is seeking for a marriage. So you can do compatibility match for even someone at workplace, someone in relationship. If you are in a party, you can give some, very simple tricks to people, or you can come up with very amazing prediction with people from their date of birth, that how they complement each other.
Mm.
Like two people come in, they tell you their date of birth, and you can say, okay, so what happens? Whenever you are involved in particular task that this person does, this person has X, Y, Z qualities. Whenever you are not there, he's missing these qualities. So these they can come up with.
So,
Can be,
Sushant,
yes,
no, I was just going to say because a lot of people are asking about this. That whether you give consultations as well. So today, actually, we're going to very soon reveal to you Sushant's workshop charges as well as consult that he's offering on this call. So I'd like everyone to just stay on for quickly. I know there's a lot that you cover, Sushant, in your course. It's incredible. I had two questions. One is, can someone who's never done numerology, who's not studied astrology, complete beginner, can they do this course and then be confident enough to do to apply it for themselves, for their family, or perhaps even look at it as an alternate career? Because I know a lot of people are right now looking at adding on some income, adding on another parallel career that they can work in. Is this a course that I can take and I'll be confident enough to be able to practice it for myself?
yes, you can be, after doing this certified professional numerology course. This is the most in-depth course that is designed, and you will see, like, you will rarely see such in-depth course anywhere.
Hmm.
And after doing this, you can confidently practice as a numerologist. Plus, whenever you are registering for this course, I'm giving you support for 3 months. Once in every 15 days we meet. I take up your queries. We do practice. We do practice on different aspects that we have covered in entire workshop. We also, during the mentorship calls, you bring your client, that this is my client, this is his date, this is his name, this is his house number. What should I do for him? So you get as good as consultation of me. You have me for your first few clients. So you have my back, and you also know, you also learn how to decipher these aspects.
Hmm.
So you can confidently practice as a numerologist, and you can start charging very good money to your clients. You can start seeing better results in your relationship, whether personal or professional. Even if you want to learn only for yourself, then the predictive numerology and the dasha system or astrology part is going to help you immensely in choosing the mobile number, the employer, which building street, where you should work, where you should buy your office, where you should buy your new home. What is the reason that certain issues in your life are just not going from your life? You can know all of this from this course, along with remedies.
In fact, so Sushant, I know we spoke with a couple of people recently as well. I know you've taught like dozens of people already. And why don't we bring on a couple of people who've had this experience learning numerology from you? Would you like to call in, unmute someone from the group
I'd like
who's
to call, I don't know if there was Sanjay, but
I
I don't think so. Yeah,
I
I
do
think
have
it was,
tapas and Reenas on that I can share with everyone.
yes.
Let me share that. Okay, let me just share the screen. Just 1 second. Vani is here. Vani can share as well with everyone. Vani, why don't we unmute you? Let me just see.
Sanjay is also there. Vani is there.
Okay, great. So Sanjay, can
Sanjay
you
and Vani both are
that?
there.
There we go. I've asked Sanjay to join us.
Hi. Are you guys able to see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Hi,
And you can
Sanjay.
hear me. Hi, Sushant. Hi, Richa. Hi, I'm Rish, and I think more than 150 people here. Uh, so, uh, so I'll just share my experience about it. In fact, Sushant, you forgot to mention one thing as to why people join your course also. Besides the fact that it is, I think, by far the most comprehensive course you will ever come across. I actually came to this course from a very different angle. I didn't want to learn numerology. Okay. I wanted to actually understand how to use numerology from a healing perspective. So I do a lot of healings, a lot of sessions for a whole lot of people. And I wanted to understand what is it, when you're drawing symbols or you're using various technology, healing techniques, and why do you do a certain thing in a certain way? Why don't you do it why do you do it a number of times? Why do you do, for example, one of the things which I've been using almost every day is, why do you do healing at a specific time? Okay. Now, I don't know whether Sushant mentioned this on his call, but there are certain times in a day when you do something, when you want to start something new or you want to do a healing session, the impact of what you do at that time just multiplies 10x, right? So let's say you want to call a new client. It's the best time to call a new client. Okay. Like Sushant explained something which he does and which kind of surprised me because I thought numerology is just one thing. He covers 4 different numerology streams, right? So there's the Indian numerology stream, which is Ank Shastra. There's the Chinese, there's the Chaldean. And the point is that you can spend a lifetime learning all 4 of these, or you can come here and learn the specifics of what you need to apply in your life. And that was an eye opener for me. So you remember when he said, I think he was talking about the number 4, that they're the people who work a lot, and number 1s are the people who lead. And he talked about this concept of that if you're working together with an X number, you need to know how that person is, and then accordingly tailor your approach to that person, because that person inherently has a certain personality and so on and so forth. And when I learned numerology with him, it's then when that aha moment happened, that, oh my God, this person, this friend of mine always does this in this way, because he's got the personality of an X number, and hence behaves in a certain way. Like, remember, there was a number 5 who was a very happy-go-lucky person who I can't remember her name, sorry, right now, who was there on this call itself. And that's how number 5s are, right? You be around them, they're happy, they're like the princess, or whatever you might want to say in that sense. And so aspects about myself, aspects about the closest people around me, application with clients, right? So when I'm doing healing sessions with clients, and it's an understatement when you say that this is in depth, is just beyond. It just blows your mind, because he covers so much. I mean, like when he said about from the number, the house number you stay in affects you, right? The phone number you have affects you. And the best part is, to fix anything, the common misconception, or at least I had that misconception, I don't know about others, was that कि numerology अगर कर रहे हैं तो नाम change करना पड़ता है, and then he goes ahead and teaches you not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways. He teaches you something like 15 different ways in which you can sort an issue, if you've born under a certain number and so on. So that means, somebody, and the remedies are so simple. You could apply a remedy with just a pen and paper, right? So you don't need an expensive, routine or so on and so forth. Just 10 minutes maybe, where you sit with yourself and with a pen and paper and apply that solution to bring about a change in your life, right? And that is what, then I was like, okay, this is something completely different. I never even imagined something like this would be there. And so, yeah, so that's in short what I experienced, and there's a lot more. And like Sushant says, 40 plus things he covers. He actually, I think, covers a lot more. And
Thanks so
that's
much, Sanjay.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We've
Thank
got
you. Thank
Vani
you
as
very much,
well.
Sanjay.
You're welcome, Sushant.
We've got Vani as well. Vani, let me just unmute you. There we go.
Yeah, thanks. I just like to be unmuted. That's it. So basically, Sanjay has covered most of everything. It's a really in-depth course, and I actually have been practicing numerology since 18 years, but I was specializing in names. So I wanted to learn other aspects, like remedies. That was something that I've done another course with someone else last year because I was interested in going deeper into it. But the remedies were confusing me. So the kind of remedies that I got from Sushant was mind blowing. Very simple, very like really fabulous. And I really enjoyed his tantra and mantra section, the yantra section. So these were aspects that I was able to add to my repertoire. So and he makes it so simple, and the class is so much fun. I really enjoyed doing it. In fact, I'm looking forward to doing it all over again next week onwards.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much, Vani.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you,
you,
Sushant.
Vani. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Sushant.
Sushant, a number of people asking about how your workshop is priced, etc., is a lot. So I think we should just go into that. I'm going to. Would you take us through? And I'll just share the screen as well, so I can. Okay, share my desktop. Okay. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Sushant, take us through.
Yeah, so basically you get this entire workshop, which is more than 36 hours. Or I would say if I have to take this workshop in person, it will be around 7 to 8 days.
Hmm.
This became the lunch, dinner, and tea and coffee time, and just bringing it to 36. It could be more, but 36 is kept so that people who fear, like, oh, 40, 45, 50 hours. So I'm reducing it. I'm just saying it. It could be 36. In that, you cover every aspect of numerology that you will see in this world. Every possible aspect that you have seen in major systems of numerology. Plus, there are details of astrology. There is Dasa system of astrology prediction, which is quite unique, and I would say is not even practiced by many or very few celebrity numerologists. Plus, you get 6 practice calls. So we get on every 15 days once, and we practice. We do practice on whatever we have learned for 3 full months. Every 15 days we get on a call, we practice it. Again, we get on a call, we practice it. We resolve your doubts. I ensure that after the course and after the support calls, you are able to not only consult clients, but I would say you are also able to teach other people this course. So this entire support, plus we have 3 support or mentorship calls. So in these calls, a specific issue will be your clients, your family, you or anyone. We will take their chart and we will see how to do the remedies specifically for them, because these calls are going to give you phenomenal opening, phenomenal understanding of the concept of numerology and how you can combine multiple things, like all this list of 46 items, how you can combine it to only one person. So this you will be learning during these 3 support calls. The practical application, how I do it for my client. So my intention is to ensure that its complete knowledge, my complete brains are installed and transferred to you in this workshop. Plus, there is a bonus. The first 10 people who are registering, they get the mobile numerology workshop complimentary. Now, many people ask, okay, for numerology, we need to know the date of birth of a person, correct? What if you don't know the date of birth? What if you don't know their name, but you just know the mobile number? Do you want ability to still predict something about them? Say yes if you want. Say yes in the chat. So you learn that in the mobile numerology workshop, where there are multiple yogas, there are multiple yuktis, there are multiple ways by which you can decipher a mobile number, what each digit on which place of the mobile number means. which numbers you should avoid in the last 3 digits of your mobile number, which will ensure that at least in career or financial front you are good. At least in job front, whatever you earn, you have some savings. You have things building up for you. There is a progressive trend in your life. So that the first 10 enrollments that they get it for complimented. And this entire most detailed workshop is priced at 46,999 rupees, all three levels. First is for 12,999, second is for 14,999, and third is for 19,000.
Can you see my screen? I think.
Yeah, I can see, yes, I can see the flyer. So this is the actual cost of the workshop, plus the support calls, which are priced at 3,800 each call. If you calculate it into 6, plus there are 3 supports call worth 6,000, worth 18,000. So all this bonus combined, 88,000 worth bonus. Only today you get it for 29,999.
And we got
This is
a
the cost you can recover just from your first 5 clients of numerology. The transformation that you have in your life is addition. And I would say this course, not only it has all the concepts of major numerology systems, but the most important part is my experience as a numerologist, where I have applied it, how I have applied it. Do you know you can keep a particular password for your mobile or computer, and that can also give certain results in your life. You can use certain numbers and passwords. So you can be creative. There is no limit to creativity. All that will be shared with you. Do you know one of the important aspects, maybe I missed, or I was about to cover the syllabus, but maybe it would be too late for all of you. This is Sunday afternoon. I want all of you to chill, have a good lunch. So you can know a logo of a company basis on the combination of logo, whether the company in long term will go into profit or losses. Which colors, when you give to a company logo, it will ensure that the company is working in more synchronicity with the owner. It always produces profit for the owner. This becomes a very good information or precursor to the logo designing workshop, but still, as a numerologist, when you are able to suggest these things, which shapes an individual should include in his company logo, what should be the ratio of the logo, these are certain things. Once you know this, even if one company logo consultation, like you are going to recover the entire cost of the workshop, and these details are put in a very organized, very simple, and very systematic way. And even after these support calls, we are there in the group. Whenever there is certain query arises and there are more people having same query, we still go on a Zoom call. I'm still there for you. So I'm always there to support you. I'm always there to ensure that you perform best. You perform best as a numerologist. You bring the best in your life, the life of your family, the life of your clients, and everywhere. And you do it in the best, most detailed, most comprehensive way. You don't leave any single stone unturned. So after learning this, I doubt there would be something around in the world that you'll be missing out on. Because after this course, whatever you will see online, whatever you will see on your WhatsApp group, you will see, I know all this. I know all this. That's the only word you will have.
And I would like to highlight, Sushant, that we've got an EMI option available right now. So there are loads of credit cards, HDFC, Axis, and a bunch of others where there's an EMI option available. In case anyone has any hassles during the transaction with the card that they're using, in terms of if they select the EMI option, just let Amrish know and he will help you out. And I'd also like to just share, Sushant, you're also sharing your individual consults as well. There's a special offer on the consults today. Let me just share that. Let me share screen again once more. And we'll take questions. I know a lot of people will have some questions. Some of the basic questions, of course, Sushant, what are the dates for your workshop?
So yes, I'm planning to start from 25th July. Timing most probably will be evening 7 to 8:30, so that the even working class can also join in.
Okay, great. And how many days is the program for?
So basically, I have mentioned this is 36-hour program. The hours can go from 36 to 46 also. So we will go with our own pace. We will ensure that whatever is being taught, you understand everything. So this could be around, I would say, 15, 20, around a month long course. I would say at least 20 days course minimum. And again, there is a detailed study material like a course manual, which is around 200 plus course manual, which will be shared with you. So you will have to read through it at least once, twice. So there will be a course and then there will be certain gap so that you go through the study material, you come up with your query, and the concepts that we have covered previously are clear. Then we go to the next step. The gaps will be of 2, 3 days, 4, 5 days, short gaps. So I would say by the end of 30, max to max 15, 20, 20, 31st August to the latest, you can see yourself as a professional numerologist and you can consult, you can resolve, you can suggest any remedy from the aspect of numerology as well as basics of astrology for any area of life.
So the classes, Shant, are going to be back-to-back days, or will there be some days between each class?
They are going to be back-to-back days, but you all will also get recording. You will also get the viewing access of the recording. So if you are missing on anything, you always have these recordings with you. You can always refer to them. You can always revise them.
Okay. And I know a couple of
And
people
yes,
say,
I just wanted to cover if you end up missing a class and you see the recording and still you have any queries, you can always clarify it on the practice calls. So you are not alone. There's a 3 month, even after workshop, we are till August, September, October, till November, December 2020. Like till the end of this year, we are together. And even after that, for lifetime, I'm always there for you.
that's fantastic. I know. So, in fact, when we were talking to a whole bunch of people who've done the course with Sushant earlier, everyone had one common thing that they were really, really thankful for, and that was how Sushant is such an amazing mentor uh, during and after, long after the course is also over. He's so accessible, and the way he guides everyone is incredible. That was common to everyone that we spoke with. There's a bunch of other questions, Sushant. Would you be solving queries during the class as well?
Yes. So
Okay.
there will be class where I'll be initially explaining certain concepts. And at the intervals, you all will be unmuted and you will be given an opportunity to ask the questions.
Okay.
So one is when the daily class is happening, during the class, one comes the explanation part of the concepts.
Hmm.
Later on comes your question and answers related to that subject.
Okay.
So this is how we go. We cover it daily. We
Hmm.
ensure that the queries related to that day are cleared on that day or max to max next day itself.
Okay. There's a bunch of people who are saying that they may have done level one or they may have some knowledge. So we'll share with everybody the individual breakup. So you can you can just book one level or two levels of the program. That's possible. And of course, yes, Sushant does give a certificate at the end of the course.
Yes. There
And
will be a certificate at the end of the course.
and we have another question saying, will this cover each and every remedy? If I have done one level and I want to go for two or three, how can it work? Of course, you can you can reach out to Amrish and he will help you in terms of if you shop for one level now and you want to do 2 levels later, he will help you out on that. Just reach
Yes.
out to
So
Amrish.
basically, see, the difference is level one is more on for individual.
Hmm.
When you do all level three, the sky is the limit. You can consult a company. You can
Yeah.
consult everything. You
Yeah.
can work on basically everything. You can apply number in every aspect of your life. So that is
So
the difference.
sorry to interrupt. I'm just because I'm getting an alert. A whole bunch of people are already shopping for the offer for the first 10. So anyone who wants to shop for that offer for the first 10 people, get in there now. Get in there for that 29,999. That's the special price where you also get the mobile numerology course, which is worth 6,000. You get that free, and you have an EMI option on this. Get in there quickly because my goodness, it's going to be around for a limited time. So better to
Tejaswini is asking, need some time to make payment. Yes, Tejaswini, you have 24 hours time. You can,
you have 24 hours to make
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah. I think that should be fine.
So, but ensure that you are among the first 10 so that
Yeah.
you are getting a good value for it. You are getting a valuable course of 6,000 as complimentary.
Hmm. JDP, we did cover, I think. Do you still have a question on that? Because I think we just did answer your question about if
Yes,
you've done level
we
one.
can maybe unmute him or maybe you can post it in the chat box, Mr.
Yeah,
JDP.
you can definitely take on level 2 and 3. That's not a hassle. The
Yes, JDP wants to talk.
okay,
Can we
JDP,
mute?
come online. Let me just unmute. Come on, you're unmuted, JDP.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Hi, hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Yes, my name is Jigisha.
Jigisha.
Jigisha. Hi,
Yes,
Jigisha.
yes, yes. Hi. Sir, my queries, I never knew about this. So I have already done level 1 with Mr. Arvind Sodi, if you might have heard.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
I
did
know.
it a week ago only.
Okay.
But now I think yours is more, this is more feasible to me. So I have already invested 6,000 in level 1.
Mhm.
So I was asking, okay, now what? I have to go from the scratch or will that do?
See, what Arvind ji are teaching, I'm not aware of that. But
Okay.
yeah, he's good numerologist. But what I would say
Yes, I
is,
know.
what you are getting here is, so even if you're learning level one,
Yes.
there is definitely going to be a lot of new things opening up for you.
Okay.
And the 100 keywords that I'm sharing for number 1 to 9, I don't know whether he covers it or not.
No, no, it is not covered.
I
Yeah,
don't know
that
whether
is why
there are 4 types of remedies covered in level one. I think his
there are
remedies
some
start
remedies,
from,
some remedies.
yeah.
So I was confused. I mean, this is again starting from zero. I invested 6,000
No, this is
again.
not zero, but yeah,
No,
this
no,
is
for
not
me.
zero.
After
Yeah,
investing 6,000, again I have to go in for some amount. So I was just asking, okay, what should I do? I was pretty good confused. So
I
what
would
would you
suggest you can
suggest?
come up. You can, if you want, you can maybe come up for my. I'm having a compatibility session, which I'm offering to all the people on this call at a very nominal cost,
Okay.
333 rupees.
No, sir, I would
The
like to go
cost
for.
less than a pizza. You see how it is. You see how it sounds to you. You see the knowledge. You see the technique. You try me out. You like it. You go with level one. You don't like it. It's your choice completely.
No, no, I want to go with you. That's why
Yeah.
I'm
Jigisha,
talking.
you
Yeah,
should
first.
just
I
sign
would
up
suggest,
and
see, even if you are starting from the scratch, this is going to be
Mm,
completely different workshop, opening up a lot of new things for you.
because, yes, sir. Okay, fine. Then I will
and
talk
I'll
with
give
my
you
husband.
I'll give you an example actually, Jigisha. In fact, I was just thinking about it earlier today as well. So I'll share with everyone Sushant's consultation charge. So typically, when we're looking at
Okay.
numerology consultants and what other people charge for a single session, so you have I think In fact, somebody shared this. I think it was quite amazing that you've got people like Sanjay Jamani or Bhavik Sangvi. They charge like 15,000 rupees for just
Yes,
15 minutes of a
yes, it is
consult.
true.
And that's just a consult. And it's incredible that in Sushant's like course, I was just looking through all that, and I'm thinking, oh my god, for 29,999, I can learn all of this, apply it for myself, apply it to my family members, and even if I am new to it, I can consult him and check with Sushant if my readings for my family or for my clients is correct or not. So that's like, if I even if I take Sushant's consult, just one consult that he does, and I'll just share that. Let me share the screen. I'll share with you how much he charges for a consult as well. So this is Sushant's consult charges are usually 11,999. And Sushant, this is a 2-hour consult, right?
Yes, this will be 2 to 3 hours Astro Numerology consultation,
Yeah.
where all the major numbers of your life are covered. You are also taught a basic numerology systems to like predictive numerology.
Yeah.
So you can do it for yourself.
So
This is
imagine,
this that's why I call it as be your own numerologist consultation. So
yeah.
you become your own numerologist. You may not consult others, but
Hmm.
for you, whatever is required is everything is covered in this consultation.
That's
So
fantastic.
if
But
there are people who say, okay, I don't want to practice as a numerologist,
hmm,
but I want whatever I am getting, it is whole and complete. There is
hmm,
nothing left.
hmm,
Get all of this in this consultation.
yeah.
And second is name spelling correction plus mobile number change. So here, in the first one, you get a very detailed report of, I would say, 20, 30 pages plus. In the second one, the report size is slightly less. You get to know about your psychic destiny number, little bit more details, and which mobile number can be better for you depending on the what is the intention, like what is the your target, what is your goal in life.
Hmm,
Whether you want to get into real estate business, you want to get into restaurant business, you are not getting married, you want to get married soon, you are not having a child, you want a children soon. So these all will also be covered, and you will be shocked to know that how a mobile number can also have some part to play in all these problems. So
hmm.
that is the second consultation. Now the second consultation is where mobile number is added with name spelling.
Great. Thanks so much. But, in fact, what I was explaining to Jigisha as well, Jigisha, for example, if I'm just going to Sushant for a consult and if I had to take three, if I want to find out about my children or if I want to find out about my partner, his career, his finances, I would have to take 3 or 4 consults with Sushant for each one of these. Whereas if I do the course for just 29,999, I get to I get to be able to find out all of this for myself, for my partner, for my family, for my children, and I get guidance from him all through. And I didn't have to pay individually for each one of them, you know. So that's an incredible opportunity, I think, in today's call. I think that's really really fantastic. I have some more questions. Um,
Bhavesh Shah ji is asking, that was confusing. Oh, so is triple double five double five only consultation? Uh, it is consultation plus you get a report. Whereas in 11,999, I will, if I say it, see, first is consultation, second is be your own numerologist. This might make you very clear. You can apply numerology in your life for whichever areas you want. Related to your life, everything is covered. In the first one, 11,999. Double five double five, predictive numerology part is not there.
yeah. Is that clear, Hari? So Bhavesh, the 11,999 is basically your individual consult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll tell you everything about you, and what your numbers mean for you, and what your problem areas, etc., how they would impact those, how you would be able to solve certain things. But it'll all
Plus,
be exactly just for you.
yes, plus how you can predict your year, month, day, hour, and minutes.
That's right. Jigisha, yes, actually, Sushant, I'm going to answer the question on Sushant's behalf. He combines three different,
So it is, yes, Pythagorean,
yeah.
Vedic, Chaldean, and Chinese. All four. All four major that you will see, everything is covered. Nothing is left here. You go to China, you go to US, you go to UK, you go to any part of the world. These are the major methods which are used. You can practice, you can have clients from across the globe.
And just to remind everyone, if you have any questions later as well, you can just email us. You can email Amrish, or you can email me at any time. We'll just, any other timings Jigisha's asking?
Uh, See, as of now, I have kept this keeping the working class in mind. If we have a lot of enrollments and if collectively the group says, okay, yes, 3 to 5 is good, 4 to 6 is good, I won't mind taking it in the afternoon.
Great. So
Yeah, so again, this depends on, we have to go collectively, keeping everyone in mind. But remember, you get call recording for everything. No matter whatever time you listen to the recording,
yeah.
when you next day come for the next class, you can ask your doubts. So when you have an entire call recorded, you get that call few hours after the workshop is, that day's workshop is done. You have around 15 to 18 hours to go through the call. You go through the call, next day you come, you ask your doubt. If you have any related to yesterday's session as well. So it's as good as you always being in pace with everyone else.
Sushant, this is asking if the different methods are complementary or contradictory.
There are contradiction also in many methods. So if you see Loshu's grade or a Kua number method, and as per Kua number, if you see the direction, and if you apply it in our Indian Vastu, person will go bonkers. They will say, what the hell should I do? I will clear that on the course. So where to apply which, where it should not be applied.
Okay, wonderful.
So you will be able to clarify, you will be able to basically whichever question a person asks about numerology, you will be able to answer it with logic, with reasoning.
Wonderful. Okay, great. If there are any other questions, Manoj is asking.
Manoj, yeah, system is Chaldean and Pythagorean. So Manoj, this is Chaldean plus Pythagorean plus Vedic numerology plus Chinese plus astrology. I would say 5.
Shubha saying, shouldn't the timings be best suited to the workshop, according to numerology?
Oh, yeah, it is best suited. Can you see 7 p.m.? 7 is the number of spirituality. 7 is also the number of technology. So I'm using technology, that is Zoom. And the workshop is ending at 8:30. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 is the number of transformation. So after every session, there is certain transformation in you, in your existing knowledge. And entire session, I ensure that it takes you more and more towards spiritual aspect of numerology rather than just a mundane numerology, which we generally see nowadays. People say number 4 is bad, number 8 is like that. Scorpios are like this, they are very vindictive. You need to know the psyche of a person on a spiritual level. Only then you will be able to understand them and apply it. So you understand person as a person, not as a number.
That's great. Rekha's asking how much time do we need to devote to learn?
How much time we have to devote to learn the course? I have already said it's 36 hours. So that is the minimum time. Rest, it depends on your practice. I would say people who have already learned from me, they are loving it. Like We have done case study on, I would say, why this unfortunate event happened with Sushant Singh Rajput.
Hmm.
And it came in certain reading. There was suicide written. We had seen about Vikas Dubey. We are seeing about Sonu Sood. Why he is doing so much humanitarian work nowadays.
Hmm.
So yes, the more you get into case study, it's an interesting subject. See, I'm telling you, one of my very student who has learned one-to-one from me some 2 years back, she says now if I sit on practice, I forget even eating. I love so much practicing and going deep into it.
That's fabulous. Everyone, I'd just like to remind you the offers. Definitely, yes. I mean, if you're keen on it, then avail of the offer that for the special price of 29,999 that we have today. That's $533, and you're getting the mobile numerology course as well with that, which is worth 6,000 rupees, and that's about $107. There's EMI options available, so definitely
Yes.
go for it today. The time is right today. That's for sure.
It's 19 number of, again, new beginnings. This date is total into one.
Hmm,
So you can make a new beginning in your life. Today is the best day.
that's fabulous. Sumega, you have some questions. Please do check with Amrish on that, and he'll help you out. Yeah.
I think JDP, she's asking, I will give chart and Excel calculator. How does that help? So see, if you go manually to do calculation for hourly and minutely, you will have to again and again refer to the chart. And it might take you half an hour to do 1 year. I won't say half an hour, it would take at least minimum 45 minutes to do a calculation for one individual's 1 year, that year's 12 months and few days. It will take 45 minutes. With the help of Excel, the timing can be reduced to 10 minutes. You save on 80 to 90% time.
Okay. Okay. I should just share with everyone. There's zero interest and charges on the EMI, so don't worry about that aspect.
Manoj Ram Kiani ji asking, you will be teaching Astro as well. Did I hear it right? Manoj ji, this is Astro Numerology. So, see, astrology itself is a deep science. If you learn Vedic astrology, I would say 2 years or less. Okay. But what are the important aspects of astrology that we need to know so that we go to more deeper readings in numerology? Because numerology is nothing but sub-branch of astrology only. In astrology, along with date of birth, you take the time and place of birth. In numerology, you leave out these details. You leave out the place of birth, you leave out the time of birth.
Hmm.
Hence, readings are not 100% accurate, but 60-70% accurate.
Okay, I'm just going to help. Sangeeta's asking for something. Okay.
Any prediction on COVID? No, this is not a silly question. COVID is, I would say, more of a astrology point of view. So planet Pluto has got into exaltation since March 2020. And if you will check online, wherever the Pluto went into exaltation, in 1920 something, there was a plague in which around 5 million people died. There was the biggest famine in the world when Pluto last time went into exaltation. Whenever Pluto goes into exaltation, it ensures that entire world comes to standstill. And right now, Pluto is in Capricorn. So Pluto in Capricorn acts as a stringent father. You know, a stringent father. He will always make you do right things. So do you see positive aspect of this lockdown or COVID? We have started to work from home. Our traveling time has reduced. We are having more time with family. If you had issues with your mother, father, or family, the situation has literally forced you to stay in those four walls and resolve those issues. Straightforward. Bring all the shit up, resolve it once, and become the best relationship that you always had. So if any one of you have noticed these things are happening with you, all the shit is going, good things are coming. You look at the nature. We are going back to basics. Water is becoming more and more pure. The I would say the pollution levels are significantly coming down.
Mm.
We at the statistics. So this is good, I would say.
That's true.
Effect will stay for 1 to 1.5 years, but let me tell you, after 1 year from today, we will always bless this lockdown. We will always bless the COVID for coming into our life. Except, I want to apologize the life that it has taken. That was the unfortunate part. But apart from the life that the COVID has taken, rest things are happening good.
And it has given us time to develop and grow and follow things that help us grow.
Yes.
To be able, I don't think before COVID we'd ever have be able to consider a 36-hour course.
Yeah, correct.
Doing
You
a
are
36-hour course alongside our profession or our main careers. It's actually freed us up in so many ways
yeah.
this time. That's true.
Business and employment are getting affected majorly, and the lives. Yes, lives are getting vigilant. Business and employment, I would say again, a stringent father. What a stringent father will do? If a son doesn't have a lot of savings, he will say you don't spend unnecessarily.
Hmm.
Don't get into ventures without a proper backup. So
Hmm.
only the businesses which are collapsing are the ones who don't have a proper backup, who don't have solid foundation. Those businesses are getting collapsed.
Hmm.
But businesses who have solid foundation, they are growing like anything. Businesses who are using their intelligence, where should I apply it, are growing exponentially. You look at healers, you look at Reliance today, how much money they have got. My God, Google, Facebook, biggest deal in the history.
That's true. Great. Thank you so much, Sushant. Any more questions on the workshop or any queries on the? That's true, Bhavna. Online is the new normal now. That's true. We all spend a lot of time. Any other queries? I'll just remind everyone. You can also, of course, I'll ask the Mystic Lotus team to share links to also, if in case you're interested on the personal consult or the other consult offers that we have from Sushant in terms of getting your name spelling change or your mobile number change. Those are priced at just 5,555. That's about $100. If you want to do both, if you want to do just one, like just your mobile number change or just your name spelling change, then that's 3,300. I'll just ask my colleague Shilpa, can you just post? She's done that already. Thank you so much, Shilpa. Also, any queries that you have or any hassles that you have with the transactions, in case you have any hassles, get in touch with Amrish. The number is 98203-42288. Yeah. Amrish's number is everywhere on all of Mystic Lotus's pages and Mystic Lotus website. So in case you don't remember the number
Even
here,
on
you
Google,
can just Google Amrish Arjun and you will find his number.
I will say Amrish. Amrish would always introduce incidents like this. Amrish, naam to suna hi hoga.
That's right. There was a time, I should tell everyone, we did a Mystic Lotus healing festival and Amrish's number was put up on on billboards in Mumbai.
Wow.
The number was like massive, and I remember driving down from Mohammed Ali Road, that the flyover, the JJ flyover, and seeing that one of those billboards, I think, and I said, "My God, Amrish's number is everywhere." Okay, I have some more. Any other questions? Yeah, Vani, it's Amrich. Geeta's asking, in case date of birth is not very clear, what should we do? I think that's what she
There are
means.
ways to arrive at it. Yes. Once you do the proper analysis of, then see what will happen. if a person is coming up with 2 date births,
Hmm.
the very first thing I will say, you should charge him twice. Because you will have to make 2 charts, you will have to work on 2 separate things, and then you will have to reconfirm from the person how much is true. Wherever you get more things matching, that's when you take. There are other techniques for that also.
Great. Veena, Veena, you're asking for Amrish's number again? Okay, we'll just share that again.
Google it.
There you go. I'll just repeat it: 9820342288. And in case I'm not going to ask Sushant to now decipher and tell us all about Amrish from his mobile number. Yeah, we'll broadcast it as well. Anywhere that's Shubha, we haven't broadcasted Amrish's number, we'll make sure we'll broadcast. Manoj is asking, sometimes school records have another date and the actual date is different. Which one should we consider?
The actual date, obviously, is.
Okay.
Date on paper doesn't matter. The date on which you are born is what matters.
Okay.
So
great.
you will find many numerologists giving solutions in terms of you change your date of birth. I have seen people giving this solution. I don't know how much it works, but I have got many clients who say to me that this doesn't work.
Changing the date of birth?
Changing the date of birth on paper. You cannot change your karma just by changing a piece of paper.
That's true. That's true. I'd just like to, I have a bunch of people asking about processing fee and interests and additional costs on EMI. There are none. Okay. What you are paying is 29,999. There are no other charges on the EMI. There are no additional costs, nothing that you have to worry about. Yeah.
By saying thank you, Ruchira, you have been a fantastic host. Yes,
Oh,
you have been always.
thank you so much. I hope I've been able
Thanks
to
to
answer,
Amrish as
raise
well.
everyone's questions. Yes, JDP, the EMI option is available through today. Absolutely. Karishma is asking, what about name, actual name, or the nickname that is available on social media, or the Kundali name?
That is, I would say, slightly. I think that could be covered in the workshop itself.
Okay.
Here, if I say something, that will be incomplete.
Okay.
It will be incomplete to comment here because if I say something, there are multiple aspects to it.
Yeah, it's better to explain it in the context.
But yes, generally, see, in numerology, how it works is the name by which I call you, this sound sends some vibration in the universe.
Okay.
Generally, this is what matters.
Okay. Okay. I just want to quickly share, Bhavesh, would you reach out to Amrish and he'll help you out if you're not getting the EMI option? Yeah. Yeah, quickly. We've kept this the 10 spots open for a limited time. So I'm just going to remind everyone, get in there quickly and book your spot on the workshop at that 29,999 price. That's not going to be there for too long. Any other? I think we should be all right. Shubha saying that's interesting about the vibrations of the name because some people use pet names or short names. We've got one person asking, how does one decide whether name should be changed according to Chaldean, Vedic, or Loshu grid?
Depends. Depends. There is more than Chaldean Loshu grid also in name.
Okay. Manoj is asking, do you think astrology is critical while calculating the name change? I had suffered due to wrong numerology as Astro Gochar was not considered.
Yes, it is. That's why I'm including it in this workshop, so that you or anyone else, so anyone who is enrolling for this workshop and anyone gets their name corrected from them, they don't have to suffer for this.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. We won't keep you any longer on this. Um, as Sushant said, go and enjoy your Sunday lunch. Thank you so much for joining, everyone, and thank you so much, Sushant, for being so generous with everything that you shared
Thank
with
you
us.
very much, Ruchira, Amrish, and each and every one of you who joined on today's call.
Thanks, and we'll say bye bye. Once again, if you have any questions, you can WhatsApp Amrish, or you can email us as well. I'll just ask the team to put the numbers and the email contact again on the group. Of course, I'll read it out. It's help@themysticlotus.com, and Amrish's number is 98203 42288. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, and bye bye. And I
Bye.
look forward to seeing many of you on Sushant's workshop as well. All right. Bye bye.